Wow. That's powerful.
It's just
That's powerful.
I don't know about powerful, but it's the truth, and
Truth is powerful.
it's feeling you know, it might sound really it's going to sound cheesy, but I'm gonna say it anyways,
I love it.
to live like you were dying
Yeah.
is all the stuff you go over in your brain, and what would it be like or whatever,
Yeah.
and then bam, and then it's presented to you, and then I don't know, I don't fullness of my heart, and there's I can't watching my beautiful partner and my son and my mother and my family and my friends, and seeing their sadness in their eyes at me is where the walk. But everything else, God's got us. And it's beautiful. And I'm just grateful. Just really grateful.
I'm gonna keep checking. It says week. Hold on. I know. We'll have to just see.
Your audio and video, your audio and video was cutting out, but all the coding came in perfectly. Like every word and every
Good.
sound that needed to come in, just
Good.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, there's a fullness and a richness to and a depth to all this that is so hard to put into words. Like the flood of life is moving through us in its fullness. I've never felt the full spectrum of emotions, of human emotions, at the same time. Everything all at once, moving through you, too. It's more than just a thought or words, it's like moving through us.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Now, where do you start with this? I mean, when you sent me some messages, you were talking about the coding, which you've already started to share. It's like beyond these words that you're talking about. It's how do you even explain it? I mean,
Matters is the love that we create. That's really that I mean all the other everything else is just whatever it may be. It I mean don't get me wrong. I mean everything is an experience, and that's why we're here to have that human experience and to have that human ride and to grow our soul. From my perspective, that's what I know to be true. But in the end, like literally like really it's the love that we create and the connections that we have between each other. That's where all the meaning of all of it lies, all the pain, all the struggle, all the that you face in life, here in the end, it's it's the connections between
Mm.
one another that,
and to yourself.
That's where the power is, and that's what you get to take. You know, that's what you get to take with you. That's what you get to walk with, and what a beautiful thing, you know.
Yeah.
Can you hear us okay? Is everything coming through?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly. Yeah. I'm just taking all that in. I mean, there's so much more coming through than those words. I don't even know what to ask you. I've been doing this for 4,500 shows. I don't even know where to start because
Right.
it's all coming through. It's telepathic or something. I can't explain it. I have a feeling like that you guys have been through something extraordinary this last, 4 or 5 weeks. Like you shared something extraordinary. Or your signal. It'll come back. It's the frequency. I think that's them. Is that them frozen or is it me? Oh, there they are. I can see them.
Freeze sometimes too. I don't know. Our signal.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
Our
all perfect.
signal. It said meeting. Week.
You're good.
We're
good.
here.
It comes and it goes. And you froze. And the next thing I know, I saw Mindy putting her head on your shoulder, and I was saying, what I was saying was, it feels and sounds like you guys have been through something extraordinary the last few weeks, and I'm talking about from the soul, like just what you guys are putting out, what you're sharing today. Can you hear me? Yeah. Like it's like, what is
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
Right? And 7, I mean, it's not even, I don't know how to explain it. From what I'm seeing, it's not even about it, it's just about love. Everything else is just a piece of that.
Yeah. That else matters.
It's like that's the trunk of the tree and everything else are the branches.
Yeah.
Something like that.
What inspired y'all to come out and go public? And thank you for giving me the honor.
I just wanted everybody to know that I mean, honestly, if this wasn't the scenario, I would have never probably done this or came on with you.
I tried.
I mean, I love you and I love you guys, but it's just not. It's not my thing, But because this is a scenario. And I mean, I'm not the only one. I mean, there's, millions of people on earth that have, walked this path. I just feel called to let everybody know that, and being nice and being grateful for one another, no matter what it is, dark, light, whatever. It all offers a lesson, and we're all here for soul growth, and it's growing our souls. And I mean, when I was in the hospital, I was in the hospital for 4 days because my chemo went kind of really awry, and I had really bad adverse reactions for the one treatment that I had. And I was in the hospital, and I was laying in that hospital bed, and it was like 2-3 times that I thought I was crossing. I thought this is it.
When she almost went at home,
I was so grateful the gratitude, because when you you can, I really honestly thought that, and the grace and the ease I was presented with,
Peace.
and the peace, and I was so grateful for that, because you always wonder, I mean, well, are you gonna freak out, or are you gonna be terrified, or are you gonna be, and I would just really, Randy always sends me these cool singing bowl meditations, and I enjoy them. I don't really know much. All I know is they feel good to my body. And I was alone in the hospital. They had went home for the evening, and I thought for sure that, and I turned it on, and I just laid there for probably 4 or 5 hours in meditation, listening. And I was at so peace, and I had so I was just so grateful for that, because I wasn't filled with
fear,
and I think that has to do with, for the past 10 years I've really been working on me, and trying my best in this human life to be balanced. That, in the past year or two, I've also been in very dark places. It's what we need.
Right.
God gives us exactly what we need, even if we don't understand it, we can't figure it out.
Yeah.
It's always what we need.
Like this.
I don't tend to question, because you're never gonna figure it. I'm never gonna figure it out, so I don't question it. I just flow with it, and I just pray for grace and ease. And I'm so blessed that I receive it, and I have so much support. Like, there's like people everywhere.
Yeah.
Loving me,
oh yeah,
and like helping me, and
yeah,
it, to feel that love, how amazing it is, and it just fills your whole body every day.
it's like the veil's already opened, and it's just pouring all of this love in, all of this code, all this, universal oneness, source, God, creator, whatever you want to call it. It's just pouring in through her, to her, through her, and then to us. Because if you open to it, man, just, being in her presence, that's how it always was. Honestly, though, that's what she's always been for me. I always called her my medicine. She would say,
she's my magic.
Yeah. Yeah. She would say, you're my magic. And I'd say, you're my medicine. And that's truly what it is. It feels like there's this powerful medicine just pumping through her and out to all of us. And yeah, I can't even remember what I was going to say now, which happens all the time lately. But this has turned, like, in the beginning, it was really hard. I'm not going to lie. In the beginning, I struggled. All of my shadow that was unresolved, anything unresolved in me, came out in those first couple weeks. I was a fucking train wreck. Excuse me, because I'm probably going to say that word a little bit.
Go ahead.
Because that's what I was. I was a basket case, and I was angry. I had rage come out of me that I didn't know existed. And I felt like I could have probably blown up the whole entire universe. It scared me. I was that angry. And sadly, I want to be real brutally honest with you, because that's why I wanted to come on today. I want to speak openly and share while we're walking through the fire, not afterwards.
Right.
Not down the road, right in the middle of it. And I want to let everybody know that I want the bare bones, naked, beautiful soul truth of this is I was pissed, and I was mad at her. I was mad. We have plans, you know, and I want to just be honest, because and it took me a few weeks of and going out, driving off, taking off in the desert, going for walks, and going to the edge of the ravine over here by our house and screaming. And I did. I screamed and I got it out. It was cool though, because I met myself during these past few weeks. I've met myself. I finally met my soul. My soul is coming into my body. I didn't embodiment was just a word before this year. Now I feel it. I feel my soul moving in and through me and guiding me. I feel my soul walking me, breathing me, moving me, thinking me. Like I feel that in me finally. And I feel now, after moving through the first few weeks of just utter devastation, right? All of us, especially in the spiritual communities, and as we wake up and become more aware of ourselves and of the world around us, we have these awesome higher perspectives that come in, and they're so important, absolutely. But to combine that with the human experience of this sucks, this is devastating, this is heart-wrenching, this tore me to pieces in the beginning, and now I've got the ground under my feet again. And as we move forward, it's such a gift, and her feeling so much peace and love and all the goodness, all the yumminess of life. The other amazing gift that I'm finally accepting and receiving and gratefully is I have lacked confidence for a very long time, for my whole life. And that's the one thing for the past couple years as I'm rebuilding and relearning and remembering. I was like, man, my confidence is just like below zero. I did step through it though, whether I had the confidence or not. I started to step forward and just
she's been my rock star.
But it was still not there until this. A few weeks ago, boom, it clicked in. I feel like I can do anything that is required of me now. Anything that I'm called to do and asked to do, I got it. I have more confidence and more courage than I've ever had in my life, and I'm so grateful. And it took this, like, how shitty, but it's so awesome at the same time. And now I get it. Now everything is making sense, because a few months ago, I can't remember when it was, maybe in July, I was called to go off of everything. I stopped using Facebook. I stopped watching anyone's shows. I stopped all of the stuff that I really loved. I stopped reading some of the books I was reading, even, that were phenomenal, but I remember telling her too, you remember when I just pulled away from everything. It's the number one thing we're here to do. And even this morning, I received, look, everybody, we all meet together. We go in these groups, which is all awesome. I love it all. I love meeting together, doing a lot of that, more and more. But invitation, it came in. If we would spend even half the time, even a tenth of that time, connecting to our damn self, it would change everything. That's a game changer. That'll change the world. And I am excited to be on this journey now of just connecting more and more and more to myself, because it instantly connects me with everything and everyone. I feel more connected to everything and everyone, the whole universe, the whole earth, all of humanity, just because I'm starting to just focus on, like, I don't even do anything sometimes. I'll just sit there and kind of stare out the window, like that whole get lost daydreaming. But I feel myself. I'm like, oh, I'm here. Oh my God, I'm here. I'm here in my body. I'm here on earth. I'm here with Mindy. I'm here with Seven, And
just to be blessed to witness Randy's growth. I can't tell you. I've seen a lot. I've been lots of places, and I've known lots of people, and to see her growth through everything, and now through this, and for her to just, I was the one who took care of a lot of things,
mm-hmm.
and
She did everything.
She just like stepped right in and just made it all happen. And I'm so profoundly grateful. And it's been a blessing to witness another, not only another human, but my partner, my love, to see her just boom, and that again brings so much comfort to my soul. And for the record, I don't feel at all like I'm dying. I feel like I'm living, for the record. I don't feel like I'm dying. I mean, doctors say what they say, and people say what they say, and I'm not in any denial, but I'm just telling you how I feel. And the way I feel is the opposite from the word death.
Terminal.
Yeah, I feel so alive. I mean, I'm weak and I'm wobbly. and
and she's on some good meds.
I'm a little tired, yeah. But
we got ketamine.
But I feel I'm so blessed. I mean, I'm not on oxygen. I'm not hauling around an oxygen tank. I'm not coughing. I'm not, I feel good for the prognosis.
Right.
I mean, I feel really, really good. And I think
you're doing better. Like when she was first sick, she was really sick. White as a ghost, couldn't talk, couldn't breathe, couldn't walk. So I feel good, getting
and
better.
And I'm grateful, and I don't feel like I don't feel, and I'm not opposed to any miracles. And I'm not in denial either. And what should be will be, and all is as it should be. And I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't have any expectations. Is all I know is in each moment I feel so full of love and grace and ease, and I'm just so grateful and so honored. Like this morning, and every morning when I open my eyes and I see my son, and I see my girl, and I see my dog, and I see my mother. My mother's here with us, and she's such a beautiful soul. She's cooking and she's feeding me, and I'm gaining weight. And she's cooking all there is.
She is.
My mother's
What's
amazing.
The word? She's a warrior also, and she brings so much code. So she was in Greece when all this first started happening. She actually, we have to talk about her because oh my gosh, she's one of my favorite people on earth. First of all, Mindy's mom, Linda, and she was here with us over the summer. Sorry. She was here with us. She flew in Mother's Day, which isn't that cool. She lives in New York. She flew in on Mother's Day of all days.
No plan.
No plan. When we told her it was Mother's Day, she was like, "What?"
Yeah.
So she flies in. She's with us for 6 weeks. She wanted to stay with us before she went to Greece. She was born in Greece. And so she went there for 3 months to stay with family, and she brought a lot of codes back. I'm telling you that for sure. She was sending them while she was still there from Greece. It was something incredible, even before she left for Greece. Anyway, she brought all these codes back with her, and she was right after we went to the ER and got the initial news and stuff. She was here 3 days later. She flies in from Greece. She's been with us ever since, and she's amazing. We would not be doing this without her. There is the mother energy, literally and energetically, so present, and it is phenomenal. And she's cooking for us. And come here.
You want to say hi, Bobby?
Seven's in here with us for a minute. I don't know if say hi real quick. Do you want to say hi real quick? You can. But yeah, so Linda's here with us, and Seven's here with us. We're all riding through this, and I mean, it's been a challenge for every single one of us, and every one of us, Seven, Linda, we're all stepping up and stepping into our highest and best soul self, our source self. Like it's coming online, like boom, 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 every moment of every day. Come here real quick. He's gonna be shy. Your energy's here though, huh? Yeah. So, yeah, now I lost everything. But yeah, the mother and Linda being here. Oh, there's the rooster. Yeah, it's been really, really trippy, really cool, really surreal how everything has played out, the timeline of events. Gosh, I just don't know what to say, and I don't want it to say too much, but I will say, so I noticed Mindy slowing down a little bit this spring. But she does so much. I'm telling you, she's go, from sunup to sundown. She's doing stuff here on the homestead. She's doing side jobs, putting up drywall and just a whole number of things. And she just takes care of it. She did everything. So I thought she was just tired. I was like, Mindy's tired. And I was like, rest, chill, relax. That's, do that because you do a lot. So she starts slowing down. And then when it was the day her mom flew back to Greece, actually, that's when I noticed. Like, I think she was really pushing through the whole time she was here through May and June. And then that day we dropped her off at the airport, that was it. It was the tank was on E. And then she spent, it was the first week of August that she was in bed since the first week of August. And it was the mid-July though. Mid-July, I got this message come through loud and clear one day. You need to cut your hair short, cut it all off, cut it real short for what you're about to go through, because you don't want to be messing with your hair. And I was like, I thought it was loud and clear, and I knew it was serious. I knew this was okay. And I listened, and I went, I thought it had to do with my health. I was like, oh no, I better get to the doctor. What's going on with me? I don't go to the doctor much. So I thought I must need to go, and I must need to get stuff checked out. And I thought I had to do with my health. And then I'm going to talk about you, Seven. Is that okay? I was doing homeschool with Seven a couple weeks later, mid-August. And we were talking about how it was hard for us to see Mindy so sick. We thought maybe she had long COVID, maybe her PTSD was flaring up, different things of that nature. We were talking about how hard it was to see, our superhero Mindy sick in bed. And he said, well, that's because she has stage 3, what's that name? And I said, cancer? And he said, yeah, stage 3 cancer. So this was before we'd been to the doctor, before we'd been to the hospital, anything. Our sweet boy here, he's right here, he knew. And that hit me like a freight train. In fact, I didn't say anything to Mindy. I needed a week or so to take that in because I couldn't deny it. And she wanted to wait for her mom to get back from Greece before we went into the hospital. She'd been to our family doctor a couple times, checked everything was good. But we went to the ER one day.
I thought I just had a lung infection, like a bronchitis or whatever. And I was just waiting, laying in bed, I was just waiting for it to. It's got to get better. It's got to, something's got to give. I'm gonna wake up, in the morning, and I'm gonna feel better,
But she'd stopped eating
on the 6th week after losing like 30 pounds.
Yep.
I was like, okay, Rand, we got to go into the ER. And I still, in my head, I thought, oh, you got some kind of weird, lung infection, and you're going to go. Because I was so tired. I was so incredibly tired.
Yep.
Like I couldn't. And then I'd go and I'd try to do a little bit of sheetrock, and I'd throw a little mud on the wall and a little tape on the wall. And I was out of breath. And that's really weird. And then I still thought when we went to the doctor, I was like, oh, I got whatever. And then when he came in and he said what he said, and I was like, wow, that's heavy.
Oh my gosh.
That's something.
It was so unbelievable.
It was, I'm the type of person, it's just like what is, and reaction. Like I said,
she was so calm. I was
the only thing I have control over is my reaction.
Yeah. Right.
So I just want to have grace, and I just want to have ease, and I just want to be, strong for my family. I want my family to be feel secure, I guess, in the fact that I am balanced, and I am, because to see them and to see their pain, that
was her number one concern. From the moment they said you have masses all over in your lungs and it's metastatic and you need to get it, they wanted her to go to see the oncologist that day. They were like, they just closed or else we'd have you go today. Everything was boom, boom, boom. But
it all happened
her
in
main
like
concern,
in like three
well,
like, I mean, it was like so fast.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute, like I'm laying in bed, waiting to get better, and then the next minute, like, we're here.
Yeah.
And it was
But her main concern since that very moment, even before, because she said she could feel something was going on, and that Seven had told me what he said was going on, which this is such a fast one. This particular kind of cancer is so fast that it probably was stage 3 at that point. That's how fast it is. He said this can take 2 months to go all the way. So, but her main concern from that very moment was us, me and Seven and her mom, and that just speaks everything about who she is. And because she is so balanced, she doesn't have unresolved issue, she doesn't have all that going on, so she wasn't like, oh, I got unfinished business,
that's
none of
not
that.
true. That's not true. I have my everybody, we all got our stuff, we all got our stuff, I'm not any different from anybody else. We all have our our human stuff. It's just, in the past 10 years, I've really tried to focus on how my reaction, because that's what I've learned. That's the only thing we have control over. If somebody's rude, isn't it so cool? Isn't it so cool to just be nice, rather than to be rude back, because not only because maybe that's the way, but also because it feels good. And I want to do what feels good. Because if it doesn't feel good, then what's the point? I mean, I know I've spent lots of my life angry and bitter and resentful. None of that felt good. I have experienced that, as I'm sure all of us have at one point or another, and to come to the conclusion to where that don't feel good. But as what does feel good is to just stay balanced and to react in a way and it's fun, to have a reaction that people aren't really expecting you to have, like, well, let me see if I can wind you up. Well, I don't know, you're probably not going to be able to wind me up, but it's just to me, it's just an experience, and it feels good. So it's not, it's not like I'm doing it out of any other reason. It's kind of like, it feels good to me, that's why I'm doing it,
Right.
and it makes me feel okay, and versus what all the other stuff I used to do.
And because she's been like that, that has been one of the things that has taught me the most. I mean, I've learned so much from our relationship. I didn't know shit. I mean, I still don't, but you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't, I think, oh, I'm so far along in my journey or whatever. No, I was a child. I was an infant when I met her, and she knows that was true. I was so full, but I was so magic, like, out there, and I'm an indigo starseed. Oh my gosh, and I go on and on and on about it. But she's taught me, though, this way of, and it has not been easy for me to connect into that, what she just kind of has naturally, or what she does have it naturally, but she's spent a lot of time cultivating it too, of course. But I have learned so much, because I'm extremely reactive, or I have been. Like, that's me. I'm like, my nickname could be Trigger, is an instant, like, flare up, and I'm a fire sign. I'm a fixed fire sign, and I'm, well, all these things, whatever you want to say it, but that's just who I am by, you know, and we're all who we are meant to be and have needed to be. But boy, I just would just flare up so easily. Oh, here's Lucky, the kitty. Oh, there she is, little Lucky kitty. She wants to be in the video. But yeah, Mindy has helped. She's been so patient with me while I learn to be calm, which I'm still. Oh yeah, you know.
It just feels better.
Yeah,
that's my
she's
that's my
teaching
point
me
that I want to
like,
get across.
It
just
feel?
feels better, you know. I mean, we all know what all that other stuff feels like. You know,
see, I think I got addicted to it.
It makes you shake, and it makes you shake, and your mind goes, you know, in every direction.
When I think it made me feel powerful because I was such
a whatever it makes you do, it just doesn't. It
doesn't feel good though.
Just it doesn't feel right with the body. So I mean, it's all. It's all you know. But it's all the human experience, though, you know. I mean, it's all there's a. I didn't get here with being so present with my reactions, and I'm not perfect by any means. Believe me, I have my days where I do react. I mean, I'm not like, you know, I do react still, you know, but I mean, to get here, I had to experience, you know, all the other stuff. And I did. And I experienced it, you know, full on, you know, and I was many different, you know, aspects of me. And this aspect of me feels pretty awesome. And I'm pretty blessed. And I'm surrounded by, I can't tell you, it's being surrounded by so much love and so many beautiful people, and, you know, having the blessings of my son and my partner and my mother and my community and you guys, you know. I mean, I don't really partake like Randy partakes, but just to you feel the vibe. Just to read, you know, what people are talking about and how they feel. It's uplifting, you know, and I don't speak the language, you know, necessarily, and I don't, you know, dive in like, you know, Randy dives in, you know, but I feel it and it resonates, and it like it resonates with me. It feels good, you know, it feels good to my body. So therefore I enjoy it, you know, and I like it. That's why I always say she's my magic, you know, because I and that done, and we're gonna accomplish this, and you know, and here's Randy, you know, grabbing me by, look at the clouds, look at the butterflies, look at the birds, like a total inner child, you know. And
I can't help it. I remember everything's magic to me, and I'm like, do you see this shit?
Yeah. I remember I brought her to upstate New York, where I'm from, the Adirondacks. I'm from the Adirondack Mountains in upstate New York, and I remember lightning bugs came out, and she had, I guess there's not lightning bugs here in the desert.
No.
and she saw we were surrounded by lightning bugs, and I mean,
I'd never seen that before.
You would have thought she was like a little I mean, kid, like, I mean, she was so, it brought and that's the magic, you know,
jumping up and down and screaming,
to see her so excited over the lightning bugs, you know, and
that was one of the coolest things
to feel
ever.
that, you know.
Yeah, she gets to feel when I get excited, because she feels my excitement over things, and it's
beautiful, you know, because I've seen lightning bugs my whole life, and they're cool and they're awesome and they're beautiful, but she brings another level. No, look at the lightning bugs, you know. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, you know, they are pretty. It reminds you of how spectacular and the miracles.
Just seeing the forest, I remember I had never seen.
And the
I'm
forest
from Utah,
and the trees,
the desert,
and, you know, just seeing her excitement.
She's like, I can see it now.
It's such a gift, you know. It's a gift. It's a gift to watch, you know, and it's a blessing to watch.
When she's allowed me to feel, well, good, bad, right, wrong. We've done everything together for the past almost 5 years. We met on New Year's Eve 5 years ago, and 3 weeks later we got together. She allowed me to feel safe, and then until I was able to learn and grow and feel safe in my own skin, so that I could start to experience and enjoy life like that again. Because that's my true nature. I'm all inner child 24/7, all day, every day. And all I want to do is turn on some music and have a good time. I'm like, where do we have to go? What do we have to do? I don't know. What day is it? What time is it? You know, she keeps me grounded, but it's helped me to feel safe enough so that I could experience and enjoy life the way that we're meant to. You know, the way that I was ready to feel again. And so, were we codependent? Yeah, we were codependent as fuck. I knew that dynamic. For 6 months, I've been working on that dynamic, saying we can't grow. We can't grow like this. I don't want to get separated. I kept telling her, I don't want to get separated. Let's figure this shit out. You know, like, we gotta undo those dynamics. We gotta let each other, you know. And we tried just, like, you know, we live in a 35-by-8 tiny home. So I'm like, you go to your corner, I'll go to my corner. We need some space.
There's nowhere
to go.
You can't go anywhere.
No.
You have to figure
Which has been
out.
awesome, because we've been able to really work stuff out and face it, and we're right here. You know, we're all right here in this space. But I was like, this dynamic has to change, because I want to grow. Weird part for me. This is where I had to try and figure out, but I'm not questioning it anymore, because it was right towards the end there where I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. And then she gets sick. And then, and guess what? That's is gone. Now I'm me and she's her, and we're here together, and we're still fully connected, and we're still fully functioning, but we don't have that shitty codependent, like, craziness holding each other down. And just, I don't know if there were words for it, but I wasn't functioning very well. It was bringing out the worst in me, because I think I was, like, ready to do this and stand on my own. And so then I was like, well, is this what has happened? You know, did I cause this?
She didn't have, I mean, I knew since the moment that I saw her that doesn't know it yet. That's what I put with her number. And I knew how amazing, but it doesn't matter if somebody else knows. See it. She didn't know, but I knew when she sees.
She wanted me to shine.
Boom.
Yeah.
You know, when she sees how amazing she is.
Starting to. And that's such a huge gift. Like, that's the gift of
me being, whatever.
I'm able to see my shine.
She's got the confidence. You know, she's going to the grocery store. She's talking to all the doctors.
We were like these two old people where
making all the appointments.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know.
We lost audio. We lost audio. You want to try to go out and come back in? See if the audio comes back on. Wow, this is powerful. What a way this is church on Sunday, Soulology style. Compliments of Mindy, Randy, and Seven, and Linda. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the audio. It went out. Your audio's out. You want to try to go out and come back in? Like just go out of Zoom and go back and click the link and come back in. Maybe it'll pick back up. Wow. What do you say about that? And we're, getting caught up in what he said, she says, and just superficial Mickey Mouse bubblegum bullshit. And then you got 2, 3, 4 people like this that, what Mindy said, she doesn't feel like she's dying. She feels like she's living. What a gift that they're sharing this with us too. It's just, what a great way, what a great reflection they are. And how much more do we need to see to cut the shit? How much more do we need to see? How many more examples of grace do we need to see so that we don't no longer make excuses for our fucking prejudices? Really, it's the truth. And our biases and our need to be right. What a bunch of fucking bullshit, Sorry, but these people are lighting me up. I hope they come back. But seriously, all this expectation and all this intrusion, unsolicited advice, opinions because we don't want to look at our own shadow. I mean, listen to these two. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to do everything I can to get them to the Soulology Fest. And that star child. That star child. There's so many of them out there. And if we would just neutralize the static that's not coming from anybody else but ourselves, then these children could shine, which is what Seven's doing. Okay, they're back. Let's see. Hopefully this works. I thought I was on a solo for a minute. Okay, here they come. All right. All right. Let's see. Are you? Let's see if we can. I think what it is their signal's slow, so they'll make it in here. Oh shoot, their audio's out. Looks like their audio's out. Something happened to their audio. Yeah. Oh, there it comes. I see it coming. It's coming. They just have a slow signal. So there's the video and the audio. There it is. Okay, we got you back. Wow. God, you guys just lit me.
We live way out in the country, so
yeah.
I know you do. No, I'm just saying you guys lit me up, and I'm sure everybody that's watching, like what Mindy said about I don't feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm living, and then it's not just words, and then it's the other three of you. I mean, it's the other three of you: the mother energy, the golden child, the stepping into the power, the like you said, the trunk is love. Everything else comes from that. The courage, the wisdom, everything else comes from that. And I'm sitting here reflecting over the last, period of time going, and we want to sit here and get caught up in this he said, she said, or this superficial bullshit this need to be right, this prejudice and bias that we need to have. You got light workers talking about Trump. You got opinions about,
None
all
of it
this.
matters.
What the fuck is all that about, man?
It don't matter.
Like
Yep.
seriously, there's no fucking.
It doesn't matter. It
I have
doesn't matter.
exactly. I have a feeling that the four of you are onto something huge. Like huge. Like, I mean, like I'm talking about like a tsunami of energetic, universal, broad-based code coming from the new archetypes, the new masculine energies, feminine energy, golden child energy, mother energy.
Yep.
In reality.
That's all the language that I'm not really, I'm not really familiar with, but I feel it. Yeah. I feel it.
She knows in her soul. That's why she doesn't. Yeah.
And it feels good. And like I said, I'm that type of person. If it feels good to my heart, then I'm good. But I don't, the ins and outs of all of it is all I know is, it's nice to be nice, and all the other stuff, I got involved with all, I'm not
that was one of my trigger points.
All involved with the political and the rabbit holes, the day. In my journey, I've gotten but I can tell you that none of it matters, and it's actually all kind of hilarious because in the reality of it all, the only thing that matters is the love that we create and the love that we build and our self-sustainability. If you want to be empowered, empowered from my perspective, if you want to be empowered, grow some food. Put your hands in the dirt and grow some food and be self-sustainable and basic stuff that without all the food in your shelter and self,
hang out, love each
other. Well, do I need to, you just love yourself. We just need to back up just a little bit. I'm not saying that the technology is bad or anything. We're moving so fast that we're missing the moments, and what could be is what matters is right now in this moment we're and what could be is irrelevant because right now that creates the future, that present, and whatever you're focused on in the future, and the past is gone. That's just a lesson, and that's a beautiful lesson, and that's why we're here to learn from it. So you learn from it and you take the wisdom from it, and then you cut it the fuck loose. And I
think it's all here anyway. It's all here anyway, though. You know what I mean?
I thought you didn't speak this language, Mindy. What are you talking about?
She's still. I don't know all the words.
Oh, you got it. I mean, you're just well. And I see it in your post anyway. I see it in your pictures. In your pictures,
she's got it in her. It's within her. Well, yeah.
I just try, and our attachments, I think those are big keys to a lot of things too, like to be so attached to something, it weighs your soul down, and whatever that attachment is, whether it be, a book
Or a belief,
or a belief,
your hair.
or your hair,
your hair.
or just the ownerships. It's like we
Possessions.
come in naked, and and it may be like a weird metaphor,
literal,
or whatever, but I mean,
I don't think so.
We come in that way, and that's the way we leave. And like I said, it's just the love we create is what we take with us. It's not our toys and our trinkets and our all of our stuff, which I'm not saying don't have things, but
enjoy them if you have it.
Enjoy them, but don't become attached. Like, it's okay if it's there. It's a blessing if it's there, but it's also a blessing if it's not.
Right.
It's balance. It's all balance. Like, it's all, everything is balance.
Oh, well, I'm learning so much balance through this. Yeah, you're right.
You have to have balance for everything, because without the balance, that's when everything gets
you get spun out. You get spun out on this thing. Spun out on thing. Even healthy eating. I've been the rounds with this healthy eating thing, and then she gets sick, and what do I want to do? Oh, Mindy, you can't eat sugar. It feeds that ended real quick. And I've been through the rounds with it myself, up and down. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm not. Last year after Taylor crossed over, and that was really hard, I started eating donuts. Oh, and then I get, and then I went off the rails on that. I mean, chips. I mean, all these things, right? And that was all okay. That's what I needed. But then I go to this thing now a few months ago. Oh, I got to get healthy. I got to do juice. I got to go. And do you know how stressful all that is? And so now I'll eat a donut when I want to eat a donut, and I will make a juice when I want to make a juice. And now it's all in balance. And Mindy can eat whatever the hell she wants. If she wants a cheeseburger every day, then we'll feed her a cheeseburger. And all that stuff is so heavy. You can get so attached to these, like, well, I should be doing this. And if I want my consciousness to raise, I need to eat more higher consciousness food. You know what? The consciousness is in whatever you put it in. And so if you say this donut's going to raise my consciousness, then it will. Then we're powerful creators. What are we thinking? We can't eat a donut. Of course we can eat a donut.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Beer. We can, whatever it is.
But it's all balance.
It is, though, right?
Of course.
You don't want to take it to an extreme, but you don't want to get spun out on it. Is this good for me or not?
And then the more like, if you're focusing on something so much so it's stressing you out,
that's still in
you're
your
out
joy.
of balance.
Still in your joy.
If you're spending, like 50% of your time making sure that you're, and I'm not speaking, I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong or everybody has their own path. And whatever that path is for them, that's where they're supposed to be, because we all sign up to come learn whatever we need to learn or want to learn. And what I want to learn is going to look very different from what Randy wants to learn. But we all have our own path. I'm just saying that when you put, like she was saying about focusing on the juice, she'd get so stressed.
I gotta go buy more celery. We
don't have enough celery. We gotta go find organic celery.
We gotta drive 35 miles to the store.
You're subtracting from the balance, because now you're stressed. And what is stress? Stress is a leading cause of sickness. And it's like, it's no longer serving you. You've now become attached to it, and now it's a disservice. So it's all just just balance, and throughout your balance and your reactions and your love for one another, it just seems, everything seems to flow really cool that way. You just get the flow.
Well, and that's what Chi is. I started calling her Chi. That was her nickname. She's got Mindy Chi there now. But that's because, that Chi energy is that middle balance, that middle flow. And I love that, because then it makes everything whole, and then the flow comes in. Like, that's what I'm learning through this. It's so much balance. And then, so it's not just being present, because we said be present, be in the moment. And it does. You definitely gotta let go of that stress and all that stuff, and then you can be in the moment. But then this opening, once you're in the moment, then open the temple gates, open up, then, ooh, this is what.
Right. If it's
Then
not,
when you
if it,
open, you start feeling it.
It comes.
Yeah.
It comes. It
Flow.
comes without. It just comes. It just.
It's-
It just comes.
and it's a,
It
it's,
just.
it's a
you know,
shared, it's a shared experience too. What's the point? Like you said, then you open. That's it. That's it. If it's not shareable, what the hell is it? Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. That's real code. That's real code in between that space of coming in naked and going out naked. It's all this in here. That's what you know what I mean? And when you can share it
Yeah.
like this, like you guys are doing now, and you do with each other, and the way that it kind of fertilizes wisdom, like and consciousness, like Seven or Linda.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are the things that you don't even
Yeah.
have to explain. They just show up. It's like they
Yeah. They
feed off
just
each
show
other.
up. They just show up. They just and with your balance and your reactions and balance and everything seems to just, for me personally, everything seems to just and I'm just in the past 6 weeks, this has all become very profound and very highlighted. Like,
Right.
yeah, you know, in the past 10 years, I've definitely done a lot of work on, but in the past 6 weeks, it's been like, it's like a neon light for me, you know, like, yeah, that's it, you know, that's it, you know, just the balance and the love that we create and the using God's given resources for us. You know, everybody talks about the system and all this shit, and it's like, well, God gave us earth, and we have this soil. So plant some seeds and grow some food, and it's not poison, and it's healthy, and it's for you. And God gave us, you know, whether you eat meat or you don't eat meat or whatever you believe, you know, there's animals and there's deers, and it's all a big circle of life.
Right.
And if we don't want to live in a system, then really it's really basic and easy. We just have to stop participating in it.
Yeah. Fucking A.
In here.
The system falls because so without longer exist. And it's just, you know, I just encourage everybody to, you know, grow some food.
Yeah, even if it's in one little pot on your porch, you know, just grow something.
Fear or out of lack.
Yeah.
But because it feels
good. It does feel good. It does feel good to put a seed in
good,
and watch it grow.
I go out to the garden and I pick a watermelon and I cut it open and my family's eating it, and it's like, man, I put that seed in the ground and we're eating this. It feels so good.
It does feel good.
And that's just basically why it's you don't have to go down any rabbit holes of the ins and the outs.
Yeah, what's wrong and how to fix it. Yeah, just do it. Just do your thing.
And what a benefit, you know? I mean, there's nothing but benefits to it, you know? And anybody can do it anywhere. I don't care if you're in a city, you can put it in a bucket.
Yeah, put it in a bucket on your porch. Put it in your house even.
And then go out and pick your cherry tomatoes and throw them in your salad. You know, that feels that good. You know, I grew this, you know, and I'm eating it, and it's amazing. And that's what the connection that I think that we're all coming back to, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And that's my passion. My passion is self-sustainability.
She has these 3 huge gardens that she's put in here on the homestead that weren't here last year. There was one, but you should have seen them. They took off like a jungle. She grew one of everything, and we've been eating it all, and it's just been amazing. What a cool journey. And that's not my thing. She told me the other day, there's potatoes ready. You should go dig them up. I'm like, huh?
Yes.
I'm like, they're going to stay there because
conscious collaboration.
Complete opposite.
I love what you did. Yeah,
yeah, it is. I support her fully with my little magic ways. I'm like, I do. I look at the garden every day and I throw my intentions and my love into it, you know, energetically. And that's everything to me is energy. And I felt so backwards my whole life because of that. I felt backwards, upside down, and inside out. But now it's all coming together. Now I get to be this awesome human, get my hands in the dirt, and perceive all this stuff energetically, and now it all makes sense. Now I feel like I make a bit of sense, maybe most days, and it feels good. But I wanted to oh man,
you make a lot of sense. You're so silly. You make a ton of sense all the time.
I don't know.
I
want to tell you real fast because I don't know about. Is it okay if I talk about how when we met? And I had gone. I just passed my 9 years. Are we here?
Can you hear us, Todd?
Yes. Keep going. I'm just working the energy. I can hear you. Oh, I could hear you.
But I guess it doesn't matter anyway. I just passed my 9 years, and I was doing my thing, me and 7. I was single, and I was, making my way. I was waking up really fast. I don't really like that term, but I was becoming aware. Self-aware, conscious awareness. Was flooding into me, and I'm learning all these things and doing all these things, and it was awesome. But I was single, and I wanted to stay that way. I had swore off relationships. I've been married 4 times and divorced 4 times. I was like, I'm not doing that again. And I was like, that's just too bad because I'm not doing it. And so it was me and 7 for 4 years. And I was so happy being single. I loved it. I love being single. I've never been single before. And I was like
3 years.
I was 4 years. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it was awesome. I was so happy because it was while I was pregnant too. So anyway, 4 years single. And I was really and I was saying, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go 10 years. I'm going to be a whole decade of my life single. Well, I was like bored and I wanted to do something for New Year's because New Year's is my favorite holiday. So I called up a friend. He's like, come up to my property. He's got this gorgeous off-grid property that I'd stayed on before. And I wanted to go up there, and he's like, and maybe we'll go out and so we'll hang out. And I was looking forward to it. And I went up there and I walk into his camper, and she's laying there on a futon with her dog, and she lifts her head up like this, and I see her eyes, and I was like, who is this? It was more like it. There wasn't the heart fluttering and the weak in the knees. There was like a soul recognition, and it was like instant, and it about knocked me over. I was like, what is happening right now? And I have never been in a relationship with a female ever. I hadn't even really considered it. So I'm looking at her like, what the fuck? And I was like, and then I'm leaning over to give her a hug, and my scarf starts catching fire because I'm not paying attention. There was this little heater, my scarf starting to burn.
Holy shit.
I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta come back to me, come back to reality, but she's got these eyes. She's this Grecian goddess, she's Greek, and she's looking at me, and I'm like, oh my God, who is this? And the whole, I was like Twitter-pated for 2 solid days. I couldn't think straight. I couldn't get my bearings straight at all. And then when I touched her, something started going off in my body, right? There was like these
magic.
She like these things, everything started spinning. Like but it felt good. It didn't feel bad. Everything was spinning, and I felt all these connections, and I was like, I've done all this energy stuff for all these years and tapped into everything, and I had never felt anything like this before. It was all just happening. It was crazy. I mean, we had such a great night, and then she was calling and texting me for like 3 weeks. And you want to hang out, you want to hang out, you want to hang out.
She wouldn't.
And I was like,
answering
no.
Any of my calls, my texts.
But inside, I was freaking out because I was like, I'm in love with her already, and I don't know what to do about it. Like I was like, I gotta. So it wasn't that I was putting her off. I was trying to get in my center before I moved forward with this, because I knew this was the real deal, and I knew this was going to change everything, change my life. And I was like, just pause, breathe for a minute. And then she was like, there was a full blood moon eclipse on January, I think 20th, 21st of 2019. And she was like, I really had wanted to go out to the desert, but I didn't have a car at the time. She was like, what are you doing for the eclipse? And I was like, well, I want to go see it. And she's like, well, I'm going to come down there and we're going to go see it together. So she drives her truck down there. She's got a hammock. She's got 2 posts. She got a post hole digger. So we drive out in the middle of the desert, and I'm watching her do this. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so in love. She's digging holes with the post hole digger to stick these big logs in and tie a hammock up. She's got a fire lit, and we sit out in the middle of the desert and watch the full blood moon eclipse. I barely knew what was going on. Actually, I forgot the eclipse was going on because I'm laying next to her going, whoa, this is like everything that I have never had and everything that I have wanted and waited for and dreamed of my whole life. And she's laying here next to me. And I felt like I had popped through to a different reality and was in some sort of a crazy dream. And I mean, we went through some shit those first 2 years though, because like every bit of distortion and karma and stuff came flying out over the next especially those first few months.
She needed lots of love.
I did.
That's all it was.
I felt like I had never been loved before.
She just needed to be loved.
Yeah.
That's it.
And she loved me so hardcore that I'm telling you, there is no love like hers. There's no love like hers on earth.
Loved without conditions.
No conditions.
You know?
That's
what everybody needs that.
All day, every day.
Everybody needs love without conditions, you know? I love you. And it's okay. It's okay if you're this or if you're that or you have this hang up or you're not really clear on this or that. I still love you. My love isn't based on anything but love. That's unconditional.
Yep.
And
comes through.
And that's all she needed. That's what she needed to see herself.
Yeah.
To see herself and to love herself.
Yep.
Because that's what she needed, to love herself. And I'm so blessed to be able to witness her growth, because I saw it. She just didn't see it. I saw it. But to watch her growth and then to be blessed with a beautiful child, 7. You know, I never thought I would have that. You know, I mean, I've been gay. You know, I've been out since I was 22. You know, it's a long time, but I've been gay my whole life. You know, I mean, so I never thought that I would have that. You know, to have this little boy who's the bomb, you know, and they get to hang out with them, and I know nothing about kids. I've never been around kids. I know nothing, you know. I know nothing about, you know, oh, he's got chocolate all over his shirt, you know, and he's
tripped her out,
wiping his face with his shirt, and Randy's like, that's what kids do, you know.
Kids do. They're messy.
That's what grown men do.
I've never been. So it was like, you know, what a blessing to be in an opportunity, you know, and to develop the relationships and to, you know, and it a lot of it is hard.
Mindy's
was
his
hard.
superhero though.
I don't know. It was hard, you know. Our relationship hasn't been milk and cookies.
No.
It's been very difficult.
It's been thunder and lightning.
We went through a lot of trauma healing and, you know, a lot of, you know, a lot of things, you know, that I'm sure, you know, every life happens to everyone. We're no different, you know, life happens, but I mean, it's not like, you know, it was roses, but I mean, just the whole experience, you know, it's the moments. It's the moments to where you see the happiness and you know, to where maybe we're all 3 standing on a canyon and watching the sun go down, and you know, the dogs running through, you know, the park, and we're just, it's the moments.
It feels lucid. That's
the moments is what matters, you know, not and then there's so we're blessed with so many moments, you know. I mean, each moment is a moment, and that's a lot of moments. And in every moment we can have a magic moment,
or we can fuck it off.
It's all a matter of perspective and timing and lessons and learning, and nothing's right or wrong or bad or good,
No.
or
No good, bad, right, wrong.
it's just all how you feel. And I can tell you right now that I feel fantastic, and that I feel so loved and so blessed. And it's a gift. It's a gift to feel. I don't think everybody feels this way, and I don't know why I've been chosen to feel this way, but I am so blessed that this is the way that I feel. I mean, I worked in the medical field for 12 years. I've been around. I worked in an ER. And I've done CPR on hundreds and hundreds of people, and I've seen outcomes, good and bad and ugly, and and I've seen families grieve over their loved ones, and I've seen people that are passing, and I've seen my own family members, my father and my own family members go through, not the exact thing, but the whole death and the sickness, and I don't know why I don't know why that I feel so light and so blessed. Is all I know is that I'm so grateful to feel this way, and I couldn't ask for anything. I couldn't ask for anything more. And I'm still in the ring. And I'm still boxing.
Yeah.
We're still
doing some stuff. We're doing some stuff.
We're still fighting.
The chemo almost killed her.
The chemo did,
but it did pause things for a minute.
We got some stuff we're doing.
Yeah, we have some stuff we're doing, and it's not covered by insurance and all that, but we're doing it.
I'm still in the ring. I'm not out of the ring yet.
There's some cool stuff out there.
I mean, and again, at the same time, I'm not chasing anything. No, I'm not chasing a cure.
Right.
Nope.
I'm not missing out on my present.
She's just living.
I'm living, but I'm God. Whatever God sees fit is what's going to happen, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
But I feel so light. I feel so light.
And I couldn't ask for anything more for her. Like if I could want anything for her right now, is to feel peace and love and light. And she does.
And I feel all that.
And that's just amazing.
And what a blessing. What a
so powerful.
I don't know. To me, it's mind blowing how I feel. It's something that I can't explain. And I saw a video where you said something like, we're all on the ride, and then we get to the end of the ride, and you're like, wait, put the brakes on, because you want the ride to more, and that's so true, but at the same time, I think, in a balanced way, I'm okay. I'm okay with, with if, I'm okay.
Right.
I want my family, no matter what, I want my family to be okay.
And I know we will. I know we will be. I know we are. I'm okay right now. And that's one thing life has taught me. I've been through so much, and that's what it's taught me. I'm always okay. Even when I don't feel like I am, I'm always okay. And I think that fear of death, that's what I want to speak on. That's what's a game changer and life changing. So for lack of a better way to say this, because I don't really like to say they, but we've had this come up against us for a long time now, this fear of death, and it's been used against us for a very long time.
Right.
Well, no more. We can just say no more. I'm not afraid. It's walking to it, all the things we really know, it's really coming into embodiment of like, what is that?
I mean,
what is that?
We're eternal, right? We're eternal.
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't go anywhere.
We gotta walk what we preach, right? I mean, we gotta genuinely feel what we speak, or we're not speaking of truth. And for me, I know that I'm eternal, and I know we're energy, and I know that I'm good. I'm good. I would be loving hanging out.
I think Taylor's taught
us a lot. If God wants me, I'll be loving doing that. It's like I'm good. I just want my family to be good, you know, because it's a little bit different, you know, and but I'm good, and not to not have that fear. I'm not saying that, you know, that thoughts don't creep in, and sometimes, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
you have to rebalance
You
things,
reroute.
you know. But I mean, for the most part, for, you know, shocking to me, for you know, 98% of it, I feel profoundly okay, and more than okay. I feel so, to have so many people just love me, and that's why I keep coming back to love, you know, because
Just the trunk of
because
the
I
tree.
I didn't know before this happened, you know, how much love I created throughout my
Oh my
lifetime.
gosh.
And then to have, you know, everybody call and text
And fly in
support
to
us
see you.
and fly to see me.
Yeah.
And
She's
it's just
surrounded.
like, wow, I guess, you know, I touched some souls and some souls touched me, and isn't that the point? And I feel so blessed for that, because that's where it's at, you know, when we really touch one another, we're there for one another, and through this I've been shown on a level how just not alone I am. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Never.
I just want to thank you for letting me speak and talk. This shines, you know. I hope by me speaking and Randy speaking, I hope it lifts people, and I hope it brings the light where the light's needed. And that's my only, you know, that's why I wanted to come on. Not, you know, I mean, my struggle is whatever, and everybody else has struggles, and not one is less than the other.
Right.
And it's just, let's all just love one another. I just wanted to just give everybody my perspective, because I just felt called to do it, and I hope I came across in a way that was understood.
Of course. This is a high level, multidimensional conversation. It's
And
yeah.
Just do the thing, man. Live and just do the thing. You know, whatever that thing is.
Do what you love. Do more of it. Do what brings
find
you
your
peace.
passion. Find your passion and go there.
Yeah.
You know,
find that joy. See, oh, can I just
find your magic?
Mention,
find your magic and find your miracle.
And Charmony.
Oh, yeah. And
we gotta mention Charmony.
Yeah.
Charmony. Oh my gosh. So I connected with her after I talked to you in April on Taylor's birthday. And then I went and watched her talk with you. What up, Charmony? If you're watching or watching later, she's been I've never really had a friend like that before. And she lives all the way wherever she is. Where does she live?
Vancouver
Island.
Oh, Vancouver.
And here I am in Utah, and I'm telling you, she has been just this presence, especially through this. You know, she really puts in perspective. She's like, remember who the fuck you are, and she's like, turn on some music and dance, and like, she sends the messages. The timing of them is so profound, and she will say exactly what I and we are needing to hear, and she sends this vibe. I can feel her laughing and dancing and playing and creating, and she's bringing in that code strong, and we're receiving it. And I am so grateful for that woman. I'm so grateful for her. She's changed everything for me. I've never felt that before, and it's just been so, who have tuned into her and connect with her. Whoa. Force that she brings in. She's got me laughing and dancing, even when the day is the most chaos and the most heartbreak that I've ever felt. Then she sends something, and I'll be rolling on the floor laughing. And I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
And she puts it all and she puts it in perspective too. She'll be like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? You know, she just tells me like it is, but in such a powerful, positive way. And I mean, that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something. And I hope my prayer, my intention, all that good stuff is that this is a good counterbalance right now for what's going on Earth, because I don't overlook it. I'm very fully aware of what's going on. And agenda, no agenda, whatever, you know, my perspective on it is that I think this is our mastery lesson, our mastery. I don't like the word test, but this is a collective mastery initiation. Are we going to feed that beast? Are we going to pull away and find our joy anyway? Are we going to feed that beast?
Don't feed it.
We're not going to.
Because it doesn't. In the end, it doesn't matter.
Nope. And I
can verbatim tell you. In the end,
no, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter.
But the suffering and everything, okay, we're aware of this, what's going on. Yeah, I'll say a prayer, I'll light a candle, and then I will live my day, my life, the same way that I always have, always will. You know, for me, what's my news? Oh, the sun came up today and it's gorgeous. It's beautiful weather outside.
Right.
Seven's hungry. The dog we take the dog for a walk. That's my day. That's our day. That's our life. What are we going to do together to enjoy the day? Are we going to, see if Mindy can get out of the house today? Does she feel good enough? Let's go sit by the lake. Let's go for a nice drive. That's what our focus is on. And what's so funny is that's true for all of us. But
that vibe out.
Yeah, that's a powerful truth.
And that
trunk of the tree, which is source, which is God, which is universal love.
Let all that other stuff just fall away and just be whatever it is.
And do you know these two apple trees that are here on the property that have been such a huge part of our life and of I feel like there's these two apple trees and they're gorgeous. And first we get here on this property when Taylor passed, and they didn't bear any fruit that year. The first year we were here last year, because there was a frost. I guess it killed everything, early frost or late, I don't know, early frost. So there was no fruit on these trees last year, right? When we got here, these big, beautiful, bushy apple trees, no fruit. I'm like, what the fuck? So now here this year, they bore so much fruit that it was just weighted down and heavy, and these two massive branches, first on one tree, then a week later, the other tree, this massive branch just broke right off, and it was loud, and it crashed to the ground, and it's right here behind our home. And I look out the window, I'm like, whoa. To me, it felt so symbolic.
Well, with Mindy working the land, and then and then they say that when you do what you're doing, like our friend Amanda Bloodworth in Blanco, Texas, she has a 5-year-old rainbow child, and they have a piece of land, and they've been out there a few years, and she's telling me, Todd, it's crazy. Things are growing on the property that we need. And so there's some type of relation there where it gives you what you want, and what you need. Like things that she wasn't even aware of before, right? So things just, the land responds to you, right? So, I mean, how do you explain two branches breaking off apple trees because there's so much abundance? Wow.
And I also felt like it was almost like it was in excess in like the parts of us. So these two trees, it's like the masculine, feminine, and there's this whole energetic space with these trees too. Beyond knew in that moment that the old ways, the old systems that used to operate within me, it was the timing of it too. It just broke off.
Right.
And then I did it. That's when I could start to feel all these old dynamics within myself, within our relationship. Everything was just. In fact, I even did that group with the Nephilim and all that, the clearing and stuff. It was right around that time, and I could feel all of that just dropping off really rapidly too. It's gone.
Yeah.
The old way, it's gone.
The reflection.
We're in this new space right now. We're in this all new space right now. Whew.
That's y'all's energy. That's y'all's energy field. That's y'all's energy field.
Reflection is everywhere.
Yeah.
In this now, it's all reflection. It's trippy. It's surreal.
It is surreal and very lucid, very beautiful.
Yeah. Do you realize
the truth of our reality is beautiful?
Do you realize that what's going to happen to mankind, and are they going to blow themselves up, and all these narratives, right? That's not what the universe is watching. That's just the fucking story. What the universe is watching, and the code that we're creating in between coming in naked and going out naked, is this. This is beyond biblical. This is what many have done, and it looks small. It looks small, yeah. But you guys, what you're doing, I mean, this is being seen by everything, every multiverse, every universe. This is the purest code. You can only attain this code in this physical density. You know,
maybe
it's the
all of us.
Maybe that's why I feel so good. I don't know. I don't have any answers, but I mean, it feels really right, and everything feels really good.
Yeah, even in this crazy scenario, everything feels so right. Everything feels exactly as it should be, or should be. I don't know, exactly as it needs, exactly as it's supposed to be.
And I don't want to make people think that it's all roses and sunshine.
No, there's days that are like.
We struggle,
and when she's really tired and sick, like right now she's up, she's talking, she's feeling good, which is badass. This is this nice space we created for this, right?
Yeah.
But like on the days where she's really, really tired, and it's like when you have a newborn baby, you know, I'll go up to her and check her, see if she's still warm, you know, make sure she's breathing, and that fucking sucks, man. I'll tell you what, my heart about stops every time, you know. And like I said, she's feeling better now. For about 6 weeks though, she was circling the drain, and I was like, why isn't she eating? She's so skinny, I can see all of her ribs and all of her spine. I don't like this, you know. And I'm like I am very much like a child in these ways, you know, so I'm not processing it like maybe in some very mature way. It's a very childlike, pure and innocent way. Like I can see all of her bones. God, what is happening? God, help me.
But I gained lots of weight.
But yeah, now that mom is here.
Now.
Oh, and it must be, maybe she's from Greek. I don't know what it is, but Linda's a goddess, and she's Greek, and she feeds us, man. We have the best food and the best meals and the best love in our home. You know, I mean, it's incredible. But now she's getting better.
It's all here.
It's not all roses. That's what you're saying, though. It's not all roses. It's not.
And I don't
the human side of this. Yeah, let's just speak on that real quick, because the human side of this, we're all fully divine, fully just, you know, these amazing conscious creators, these God beings. That we're our God self, right? Our soul, and we are also fully human.
Totally.
And I have days where I don't feel good, and I am so tired to the bone. I mean,
and we have days, you know, where we're stressed about finances.
Yeah, we're stressed. Yeah, that's the thing. We've got the GoFundMe set up, and it's going. But it's
what are we gonna do about the groceries?
Yeah, you know.
And,
oh my gosh, we spent our whole savings in a week.
life
still happens.
Life still happens.
And Seven's heels. Right in the middle of all this, Seven gets diagnosed with Sever's disease. I don't know what that is, but it's growing pains, but it's in a real specific of all this.
Right in the middle.
We're going back and forth to play, and then his heel, he can't walk, he can't run and play.
But now his mama, his angel mama,
we're doing
rubs
some
this lotion on his heels every night and puts ice on them, and we're giving him all these natural, you know, stuff, and he's doing much better.
He's coming out of it,
you know.
But that's what I mean. It's not all roses. There's been some shit, and
stuff happens every day, you know, all throughout it. But it's in the reaction, and it's in the
and that's the flood of life, though. To me, that's the exciting part. We don't know what's going to happen next. No, the dog shit on the bed one morning in the middle of all this chaos, and there's dog shit all over the bed, you know. And I'm like laughing because that's life, man. Was I stressed about it? Yeah. Then now we got to go to the freaking laundromat.
He didn't. Let me correct that. My dog did not shit on the bed.
No, that's
true.
Never
do that.
It's the anal gland.
His anal
gland, which is way worse.
Blue.
All over
on the bed
first thing in the morning, and we're all tired and stressed out. Mindy was still really sick at that time, and I'm like, oh my god, for real? But that's just the flood of life, though. You know, it's all of it, all at once. And when you get yourself present, you let all that stress and all the other stuff that doesn't matter, all this nonsense, all this stuff in the outer reality going on, all this noise, when you let it all go, come into the present moment and open those gates. Open your temple gates, your physical body, to the flow of this life, no matter what's going on, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. When you open to it, there's an excitement. There's an excitement. That's getting on the ride. Let's go on this ride. Even though there's some stuff that might be a little scary. And there's fear, but we're going to walk through it. And there's going to be things that just go really wrong. The car has a problem. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got a nail in the tire the other day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I was like, what?
And the brand
right
new tire.
now, we don't need a screw in the tire right now. But there was a screw in the tire, you know. And it's like all these things are happening. But that is the beauty, the joy, and the ride. The freaking excitement. That's the throw your hands in the air and ride this ride.
Yeah.
Right?
Just, I mean, it's all, you know, I mean.
And you can scream about it and cry about it and swear about it.
Yeah, but that's not going to make you feel good. You know, you can get all aggro about it and get upset and bitch and complain.
Yeah, no, not
whatever you want to do.
Go, what the
but that don't feel good. I'm just like, all right, honey, let's take it down to Big O, and maybe they can put a plug in it.
My grounding rod.
They're gonna put a plug in it, and we bought the tires from them not even a year ago, so I don't even think it'll cost anything.
She's so grounded and balanced.
And then she did.
I'm freaking out about it.
He put a plug in it, and it
tire's good now.
And didn't charge us anything, you know. And it's just the you just got to stay balanced, you know, no matter what comes, grounding. You know, just be like, and the trust. Yeah, that's a big one too.
Oh my gosh. And surrender to it all.
Trust in source, surrender. God, you know,
right.
the trust that, or the universe, or whatever you want to, you know, whatever you choose to, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, it's source, God, and trusting, you know, that's huge.
It is to just trust and surrender.
Like if you're not trusting, then you're just asking for the chaos to keep coming.
And it will. And it'll kick your ass.
The minute that you trust and you know God's got me, I don't know how this is gonna work out, but God's got me, and I trust that somehow, some way.
Yeah.
It just all
does.
It's all good, and it all works out. And it may not work out exactly how you think it's gonna work out. But it works out.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty amazing divine design, this experience.
Yeah, by divine soul design. Our souls designed all this too. And I had to remember that in the beginning when this first I was doubting, I was questioning, I was mad, and you know, it kept coming in real strong. And I think that was what I learned from Taylor last year, and Taylor still. It's like we signed up for this. We created and designed and planned this. And I sometimes still go, I don't know why, but now I do know why. I do know this. There's grace and glory and gifts and blessings and magic and medicine in all of this.
Yeah, in all the moments. I think that's what we really want to share. You know, is
thank you for letting us share all this.
Yeah, we probably talked.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I've said. I know. I feel like I'm just like. We must have needed to share.
Great.
Thanks,
this is great.
Thanks for providing this space.
I hope you feel us.
Oh, I feel you. I've been feeling you the whole time. I've been feeling you ever since the last time we did a show, and I got wind. Well, I had already gotten wind of Mindy, but then when I got the story, and then I started dropping in, and I friended Mindy, and then I just check in every day. Look at the pictures. You know, y'all send me little videos. It's quantum. So, I mean, you're my family. You know, I mean, I feel you deep, and I'm gonna
tribe.
Ditto. Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that you guys get a. I'm not gonna say it now. I'm just gonna surprise you. Somebody was asking though, do you have PayPal or Venmo in addition to the GoFundMe? No.
No, we're
I
so
think I have a
technology
PayPal.
challenged.
I think I have a PayPal.
Like
Do you have a
but you don't even know how
PayPal?
to work it.
I do. I can't. My card, my for stuff.
You don't know how to work it.
I'm
Every
stuck in the
time-
90s. I'm sorry. I do know what PayPal is, and I
Well-
do try and use it. I think I have one set up, but we
But
do have we have a GoFundMe right
We
now,
have a
which we don't even
GoFundMe.
really know what that is. Our friend set it up for us, and we're like,
Yeah, I couldn't set that up. A friend set that up for me.
it's there. Oh, my
Technology
heart's
and me are
leaping.
funny. I
Me
just
too.
don't.
I love it.
I'll build you what I'll get a hammer and a nail,
Yeah.
and I'll build you whatever you want built in whatever your
Mhm.
mind can. I'll build it for you, but you give me technology, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Mhm.
I love what you,
Yeah,
I love what
it,
you
but
said
I'm
about
not
that.
sure what's going
I love what you said about that earlier. Yeah, and I kept thinking to myself, we are the tech. Love is the tech. There is only one tech. It's love.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are the highest technology
Yeah.
on earth. We are. We just haven't tapped into it yet.
Yeah.
We are the highest technology on earth by far. We just
sure.
haven't figured out how to use it yet. We're the ones, you know, in that movie where they're sitting there on the computer and they look like monkeys because they're trying to figure out how to get it to work. Well, that's what we're doing with ourselves. We're looking at our body. What is this thing? Oh my gosh, it does this and that. There's so much power available to us within ourselves, and I'm excited for us. I see that's where I see where we're at on earth. Whenever what everyone's like, what do you think about what's going on earth right now? Oh, I don't know, but I know that I'm so excited for us to discover our superhuman abilities because we all have them. Yeah, some of us might, it's like someone can pick up the guitar and play it, and some people need lessons and need time. Same thing though. We all have these gifts.
Right.
We all have these superhuman, amazing capabilities. And I'm excited. That's where we're at on earth. I'm excited for us to learn what we're made of.
And imagine
the technology.
Imagine the whole world getting together and sharing their gifts with one another.
Oh, and that's what we're doing here. That's what astrology's about.
Just sharing. And and the gift, in my perspective, is passion. Sharing your passion with somebody else, and then them sharing their passion with you. And
exactly.
I got this passion here. You can have a little bit of my passion, and I'll take a little bit of your passion, and we'll come together. And
and if we really like each other, we'll have passion together.
Yeah. It's all a real beautiful ride. It really is. I thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Todd. Thank you, everyone that tunes in and shares on Soulology too. It's life-changing here. This is where the gold's at.
Yeah,
this is the only thing I tune into anymore at all. I mean, and it might be rare these days because I'm tuning more and more into myself. That's just where I'm at still. I tune into myself. That's where I need to be. But
and I managed to keep her extremely busy now. So
yeah, and it's so good for me. It is so good for me. I was getting all spun out and worked out over all these things for no reason because now, and I had too much time on my hands, I think, because now that I'm busy, I don't have a care in the world. I'm just kidding. It's true though. I try to just I stay busy and I stay within myself as much as possible and tune into myself regularly. I love tuning into my soul. That's been my new favorite thing. And like I said earlier, when I tune into myself and my own soul, and if we all start doing that more, man, just take a few minutes, just tune into yourself, whatever it is, whatever you feel, tune into yourself, whatever that means to you. Did to everything and everyone.
Yeah,
like,
because
in a way beyond
the way
words.
she tunes in is completely different from the way I tune in.
Right.
Whatever it is,
it all looks different for everybody. I don't think there's there's not a way. It all looks different, but as long as you're tuning, just again, it feels good.
Yeah, and I love how more and more people are becoming consciously aware, but not in the ways that like I remember years ago I thought all into it. No, that's not what it is. I see people at the gas station, the grocery store every day that they've woken up, they're aware, but they don't know shit about like the themselves. That's what it's about. That's what the eyes, and I can feel it in their hearts, and I'm like, they've got it. All this stuff, because that's not what it's about. They're coming into themselves. They're finding their joy in their passion. They're spending more time in creativity, and it's
And with
yeah,
one
people
another,
are
with
starting to really
family.
tune. They're not a part of the spiritual and new age communities per se, and that's cool though, because we need this diversity is what it's about. So there's those of us here doing this, and that's where we want to be and need to be and are doing our thing. But then there's everybody out there. Everybody I talk to online, and it was cool. It's cool to witness that. It's
Everybody's
beautiful.
got their and everybody's got their own light that they shine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. All these doctors and nurses.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
Everyone we meet is an angel.
And you literally, like,
literally. These people that live right here around us.
Everybody.
Angels.
Just, I mean, it's profound. It's really profound. It's like, what a blessing to witness and to experience and to have the opportunity and
to receive.
Yeah.
To open to receive.
And it's special and it's magic, and just I encourage everybody to just love one another and be open and
stay open.
Yeah, stay
open the gates
to everything. Just stay
Let
open
the flood come.
and trust.
Yeah.
And remember, love is where it's at.
And take time to feel good. Whatever makes you feel good.
Yeah.
I'm reading this sign to enjoy
frequency's off the charts.
Life. The struggle is good. The challenge is good. The suffering doesn't do any good. We're here to feel good and to flow with it all. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that it's I don't know what time it is, but
I don't know.
Yeah. And you said oh my God, the coding on this transmission's been incredible.
How are you feeling?
I'm tired.
Me too. I'm gonna open this just a tiny crack, okay?
I'm gonna see you guys.
I think maybe that was our cue, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Maybe. Get on your phone. See what he wants to do.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
There he is.
Oh, you can hear me? Hey,
There
I was gonna say we could hear everything I was saying.
Yeah. There we
now
go.
We can hear.
I'm gonna be seeing you guys.
Awesome. Good.
I'm gonna be seeing you guys.
You are
more later. Yes, I know I am.
Okay.
I just know it. You just know certain things. You just know.
That sounds beautiful.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're beautiful. Both of you are beautiful. And Linda's beautiful, and Seven's the future. And
love you. We're so grateful
for you, both of you.
Grateful.
Yeah.
The little tree.
He's frozen again.
I know.
Bye-bye.
I think sometimes if you